Brother Arnaldus. There's a chapter meeting today.
Today, I'll be there.
Wow, you heard it the first time.
Wouldn't miss that.
Probably the only time he's not digging graves about something. Alright, let's go to Grumpy Guy. I really should learn his name. Sounds like he's gonna be a big character. Disturbing you again.
Oh.
I would like to take a look at...
And why?
Well, our little cell, I would...
So you do not...
The state.
The state?
Yeah, I'm skipping all this because we've already
They
seen
will be
this.
built.
I heard about
It was prior.
But
After the election.
for now, you are not only the chapter meeting.
Of course. Bro.
I already got this though.
Really want to be of help.
I can't even use it on him? Wow. Should I report the guy or not? I think we've done everything we're gonna do before the chapel meeting, and for some reason I think this area is gonna be off limits in the future because the meeting point seems kind of final and it's kind of typically of a game, so let's report him.
Brother Marcus stole Cuthbert's keys.
Brother Marcus. I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me. Theft is something we cannot take lightly.
About the keys that were stolen by Brother Marcus.
I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me.
The way I see it is we're getting in his good graces by... Maybe I should give the keys back as well?
Cuthbert, I believe I found your keys.
Where did you find them?
The thief hid them in the cathedral.
That is a sacrilege. Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I already have.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
Alright, so yeah, they thought about this. Which means we might get to use the keys in some kind of exit of this scene scenario thing. Let's just do the meeting now. Considering we're all equal and the many of people I managed to convince. Path to the mill. Yeah, alright. Let's just go. We've already been here. Let's remind ourselves that there's cloth in the middle.
The chapter meeting can now begin. The day will be over when we are finished. If there are other problems you wish to attend to, do it now before we meet.
Let's do it!
The chapter meeting is more important. And this is why Prior James's wish must not be honored. Kingsbridge Priory would be beyond saving without financial records.
I think we have all understood the reason for your concern, Brother Philip. But before we come to a decision, let us hear other voices of concern.
I would like to know why you would doubt the wisdom in Prior James's decision.
Maybe you didn't know him as well as we did, Philip. I can say I knew him well. We all here knew him. So did you know him?
Let's anger him.
What are you trying to achieve with your silence? You waste our time.
I say he knew him well.
James was the one who asked Philip to take care of St. John in the Forest.
One of the most prosperous cells in all of Shiring, if not England.
It was a wise decision then.
But his last wish was not. Well, was it? What are you waiting for? Answer me.
Let's keep pissing him off.
Your silence is offensive. You came to talk, so talk.
Prior James was a troubled man.
Yes, he left the priory in the dead of night.
God was testing Prior James.
I say the devil chased him. Do you doubt that? Do you doubt that, Philip? Surely you must have an answer. I know because Prior James confided in me.
How? He died right after that.
Maybe it wasn't the devil. We've never seen him.
Don't speak for him. He hasn't answered any of my questions.
The novices would be better advised not to speak up.
Philip is a good man. He was the only one to say I should have a fire.
But did he do anything besides talk?
Yes, he brought me a hot stone.
That's our Philip.
But why don't you tell us the real reason you have come before us? You not only came to save these books, you have another motivation, do you not? We deserve the truth. What are your true intentions?
Piss him off even more.
Let me answer.
No. Why is he not answering any of my questions? Tell him, all of you, tell him to answer me.
Calm down, Remigius. Philip has said what he had to say.
Why is no one listening to me?
Look around you. This priory is in a sorry state. Please vote to save the prior's documents from the fire. It's the only way to help this priory.
I say we leave the decision not up to a vote, but to Remigius.
That is against the rules.
Is it? He will be our new prior in a few days. Cuthbert declined, do you not remember?
I remember well. And I say no one in Kingsbridge is better suited for prior than Remigius.
Well, thank you, brother.
That's true.
Hear, hear.
I wonder why Cuthbert declined. Surely not.
That said, there is someone not from our priory. Someone better suited.
Seriously, they're gonna make me?
I nominate Philip of Gwynedd to be the new prior of Kingsbridge. What do you say, Philip?
Disagree with that.
Well, yes, obviously.
Excellent choice. What about Remigius?
That's surprising.
Great idea. Philip.
Brother Philip, Do you accept the nomination?
If it's the best way to save the documents from the fire, I
Thank
guess.
you for your kind offer. But we would not want to impose on you, Brother Remigius.
Oh, but I insist. I will help you.
No, you really must not. We will see you later. Thank you.
Huh.
We don't have much time. Evening Mass will begin soon.
Should I not have accepted the nomination?
You've never been good at saying no. And Milius is right. Kingsbridge needs you.
What about St. John's?
I will ride there tomorrow. I will let them know you will be staying in Kingsbridge for a few days. Thanks to you, these documents and books will not be burned. Now, we have to find that letter.
You truly think the letter can help prevent a war?
If the message says what I think it says, then yes, I do.
Part 2. Inspect. Rivalry for the throne. Francis's notes about late King Henry, Empress Maud, and King Stephen, Part 2, dated the 1st of January, 1136. Our new King Stephen is supported by most of our Norman overlords and even by the Church. His younger brother Henry is Bishop of Winchester and one of the most important priests in all of England. He made Stephen swear an oath to reserve power to the Church, which had little influence on political affairs under King Henry. A good day for the Church and all for us. And for us, my bad. The trouble is that my lord Earl Robert of Gloucester is one of the king's bastards. He wants to see his half-sister Maud on the throne, believing she would heavily rely on his guidance and advice during her reign. In the name of Empress Maud, he and his allies have formed a rebellion against King Stephen. Not long now, and there will be war.
Now, let us look for the letter.
Very well. What do we have? A tablet. I hope it's touchscreen. Blank sheets of parchment. Musty smell. Should have been stored in a drier place.
James spent much time writing in the last 10 years. Instead of a prior, he became more of a recluse.
That is what you monks do, isn't it?
It used to be.
Let's interact with the tablet.
The handwriting on this tablet is hardly legible. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. Did Prior James write this?
Let's continue looking.
A writing tablet. Daylight helps saving candles. You can see the whole priory from here. Interesting. A Bible? What a mess. Disgraceful. I see a letter.
Francis, I think I found it.
In the Bible?
Revelations, the Apocalypse of St. John. And they called to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand? The Lamb? What was James afraid of? Was it this letter?
No, the letter is still sealed. Break the seal.
Maybe he resealed it? Let's inspect the letter. That's what it's been all about so far. Dated December 18th, 1135. Robert of Gloucester. Name the day and we will be ready to shed blood in the name of Empress Maud. I and my bondsmen will rise against Stephen of Blois. We do not start the war, but we shall unleash it. Stephen himself started it the day he betrayed King Henry's daughter and took her throne. He and those who swore loyalty to him. Bartholomew, Earl of Shiring.
Oh, this is it. You found it.
The Earl of Shiring is about to start a war.
Yes. He's made contact with my own master, Earl Robert of Gloucester.
Who is this King Stephen that has taken the throne?
A nephew of King Henry. Do you ever think of the day our parents died?
Francis, you know I don't like to talk of that.
I know. It's just that I think of them all the time. And I've always blamed King Henry. The church suffered under his rule as much as we did in Wales. Philip, you have to show this letter to the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
Why?
The Bishop of Kingsbridge? Why?
Our late King Henry was opposed to Rome's influence in England. King Stephen, on the other hand, swore to preserve the rights and privileges of the church, and we can help him if you tell the bishop to protect Stephen.
You want the bishop to help the new king, King Stephen?
I want a king who supports the church. I want these dark times to end. I want to stop the Earl of Shiring from starting a war. He could set the whole of England on fire. My lord the Earl of Gloucester can never know what I was doing here. You must not tell the truth about how or where you got this letter. Don't tell anyone I was involved.
Let's see, we agree we can prevent a war perhaps, but it's treachery to the king. But I don't really care about the king. I mean, they're all just... Who's the more qualified one? It's just a question of lineage at the moment. Neither one is more qualified than the other, as far as we know. Maybe the direct descendants' grip on the throne will be more stable, but they did say that Maud wasn't very liked. I don't know, it seems like I'm lacking a lot of information about this. Yeah, let's agree.
Do you really think the bishop will help?
Tell him you found the letter by coincidence.
And if he does not believe me, what then?
He will believe you. The question is, will he really try to stop the Earl of Shiring? I will ride to St. John's and tell your monks you will stay in Kingsbridge until the election.
What if the Earl of Shiring finds out what I'm doing? What if the bishop tells him?
Philip, calm down. He is your bishop.
I'm a simple monk. Who am I to talk to a bishop?
Pillars of the Earth from the Ashes, Chapter 1. Philip, what you did. You helped Francis uncover a conspiracy against the king. You were nominated to become the prior of Kingsbridge. You agreed to meet the bishop. You reported Brother Marcus the thief. You gave Brother Paul a hot stone to soothe his pain. Remigius lost his temper during the chapel meeting, and he respects you. I guess literally everything went exactly as you would hope they could have went from the choices I made. I don't think there's anything here except maybe the first one to uncover the conspiracy against the king. Any other choice is just the best possible solution. Chapter 2. Jack. Oh, so we're getting a new guy, I think. Hunt for food, current location, Chute Forest. What do we have? Slingshot rarely misses. A boar, it's dead. Dead, rotting, what a waste. We shouldn't be eating rotten flesh. Deer marks fresh. Staler Jack. Let's go right first, I guess, because the deer marks seem to be continue.
I'd rather not.
There's nothing else to interact with here except the boar. Maybe there's supposed to be a deer in the background that I can that I can hit if I'm quick enough. That's one dead deer.
Yes.
This will bring us through the winter. Mother will be proud. Gonna cut it up now.
My name is Jack. For a long time, it was the only name I had known. I was born and raised in a cave by my mother. We were used to getting by, but that year the winter had been harsh. I was proud to have killed my first deer that day. And while waiting for Mother to help me cure it, I decided to practice my reading.
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him, not a single fort remains.
Afternoon was approaching fast, and Mother still hadn't returned. So, if I wanted to cure the meat, I had to do it on my own. Else it would all go to waste.
Soon I will all know it by heart. Whole bunch of stuff to interact with here. Bookshelf. One book is in French, the other in Latin. Hearth. Mother needs to chop more wood. Where is she anyway? Logs. Dry wood for fire. Castle. Caves upon caves. Horses and cows in between. That's what the real town must be like. Tools. Mother didn't take any tools, so she isn't hunting. Where did she go? Sacks. Our last nuts and turnips. The rest has gone moldy. Mother says it's the worst winter ever. Venison. My first year, Mother will be so proud. Alright.
There he is. Charles the Great, the protector of my town. You're coming with me.
Charles the Great, made by Mother. Nothing. Let's go with the tools. Alan's bow. Alan and Jack keep a variety of short and long-range weapons in their home. The two lead their lives as outlaws outside of society and the protection of the law. A bow can serve as an invaluable tool both for hunting and self-protection. Most outlaws were once accused of a crime but failed to appear for judgment. According to the law, their contracts, claims, and ownership then fell void. As outlaws have no rights, anyone can harm them or capture them and turn them in. Thus, many outlaws turn to a life of hiding and thievery. Eats a nut. Let's interact with the venison.
Can't eat it raw.
Of course you can't.
I need to cure it. Meat goes bad fast.
Alright, how do you cure meat? Meat. So what do we have? No.
Good. It's warmer. Now I need some wet wood to make it smoke properly.
Wet wood. Oh, we can go further outside. I didn't know that. Pile of rocks.
Huh? What's that?
Noise coming from the forest. Take. for slingshot practice. Let's stick some twigs.
Mother will be proud. Now, what's that noise?
Now that the meat's smoking, I guess we can leave.